the Bahamas decided to ban U.S. sports.
As they should.
Mexico
Need to get
too.
our shit together.
Yeah, I mean,
Mexico said we don't want anybody down here.
yeah, because the U.S. right now, it's not that the outbreak is just bad, it's so dysfunctional.
Right.
People can't make, people fighting against people, and everything is political.
Yeah.
So they're putting their population at risk, and that's a decision that Jamaica are going to have to consider, because Jamaica just recently opened up, and for everybody,
Lock it up.
Everybody I've heard was
Not as
to
easy
Jamaica.
as you think, Tex.
No man,
Well, we know tourism is their number one money maker as far as the economy, so that's where they open up. But hey, well-being is way more important. So shut it down for a little bit. We'll get back to normal.
Yeah, so I mean, talking to people who have been to Jamaica recently, and just from what I've read, also, I hear that they have some really, on top procedures of strict procedures of making testing you, making tracing you. If you leave the parish where you say you're going to be, you get an alert.
Address. If you leave the address, you have to inform them if you're leaving the address that you put on the form.
There you go, special again, informing again.
No. He's not an informer. That's not for beneficial gain of himself. He's giving information.
People are saying that COVID right now is one of Jamaica's biggest importer, because most of the cases that they have down there, spans from people that are visiting the island.
Of course.
And they're really worried about that.
Yeah,
but I don't think they're gonna stop it.
Yeah, the tourism minister said that right now they're not going to, do like the Bahamas and ban people from the US again, because but he didn't take it off the table, because in recent days the number of cases have jumped heavily. We still don't have a lot of deaths, thank God, but the number of cases has increased, and with most of those cases being people who came from the US, so it's something that they're going to have to consider. I hope it doesn't come to that, because it has a devastating effect on the economy. But if the US can just get their stuff together, man, which not going to happen.
So do you believe? So do you believe, Ms. Sanders, that we should be a bit more militant with the way how we treat the citizens here, to get them to conform to stuff like wearing masks, social distancing, and just basically abide by safe protocols? What do you think?
Beat them.
We've seen that in India. I don't know if they fly here.
Start killing, man.
But what do you think? What do you think, Ms. Sanders?
Get home.
See, the issue with here, to me, is that we are not holding each other accountable. And what I mean by that is that, for example, just something as simple as the social distancing and the 6 feet. When we talk about 6 feet, we're talking about 6 feet horizontally, vertically, and in the circumference. We're not talking about 6 feet just one way. Wearing your mask properly. Wearing your mask under your nose, that doesn't do anything.
That irks me.
I stylish.
You in your head, but you serving somebody a bag of food. Like, it's just, to me, our issues is we do not follow the small things. It's just those are things that's just small things. And then the militant part of it, you don't really want me to go there, do you?
On. Go there.
Be careful.
I'm gonna go on, Miss Sanders.
But I'm a person about following the order. Okay, following the order. And here right now, and what we are going through right now, and the reason why the pandemic is a reflection of the government.
Society, yeah.
It's a reflection of the government. I'm just going to
function. It's true. Yeah.
It is what it is. If you don't hold if the government is not being held accountable under what we're supposed to be following in the Constitution, then what?
Then people just going to do their own thing.
Yeah.
get the people to do when the government is not really doing for the people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people think, the rules don't apply to me since they don't apply to them. So they doing what they want to do. They're not wearing masks. They're not. So, hey, why do I have to do it?
And
let me give you like what happened to me today when I went to the post office. This lady rolled up on me. She was right behind me. So I was pointing to my mask. You know what she did? She was right beside me. She pointed to her mask too. So I was like, ma'am, 6 feet. She told me to move if I don't like it. Right? So, you have people out there, they're still defensive about just regular safety protocols. It's not.
Go on.
It's not that you're actually saying that you don't want to be beside the person. It's just that you're just trying to be as safe as you can, because there's still a lot we don't know, and these people are not taking it serious enough to say, okay, let me just protect myself. They are not taking it serious enough, and until they end up in the hospital, that's probably when they're gonna say,
that's it right there.
Yeah,
maybe I should have taken it a little bit more serious.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they talk about one of the things, that make America stand out. Of course, this is their sales pitch, is the rugged individualism, the individual doing. And it's that same thing where I, as an individual, feel I can do whatever I want to do.
Whatever you want to do.
It doesn't matter the impact.
It's a free country.
Anybody else,
I woke
free
up
country.
free.
I can wear my mask, I cannot wear my mask.
Yeah.
So it's that attitude. And then, so it's not only that the people have that attitude, it's when from the top, the same attitude, do what you want to do.
And that's the real issue.
I do what I want to do. I say what I want to say, and I'm not held accountable for anything that comes out falsely. I'm not held accountable.
And like you said, Chris, the media, the conversations we're having here are totally different from what we hear on the news. Totally different. And let me just point something out real quick, because I was reading, I know I didn't have any detailed things, so many topics to go through. I'm going to talk about this real quick. I read on Yahoo News that people are more likely to contract COVID-19 at home. And it was a study done.
They go out the road here.
So come on.
You're safer.
Are we stupid?
Yeah.
Like we have to have responsible media outlets. I mean, this is on Yahoo News, okay?
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm going to read what they said, and please. And this is another thing. Everything that you hear on the news isn't true. Okay, do your due diligence. Research
and inject yourself.
Yes.
You will not inject yourself.
Use your brain. Okay.
With disinfectant.
Like,
clear that
so
out.
you're telling me, for me staying my ass in the house, I'm more likely to contract COVID staying home than going out. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me read this. It says a study published by the U.S. Center of Disease Control and Prevention, which is the CDC, on July 16th, looked into the detail of 5,706 index patients who tested positive for the coronavirus and more than 59,000 people who came in contact with them. The findings show that 100 people infected out of that 59,000 had caught the virus let me go back. The findings showed that 2 out of the 100 infected people had caught the virus from household contact, while 1 in 10 had contacted the disease from their own family members. Okay. That in itself makes sense. Right. But where did the other family member contact?
They went outside.
Yeah,
they went
outside and got the shit. Yeah. Putting that out there.
Somebody online said recycled air.
I mean, if somebody, somebody go out the road and come home and they bring it in, of course.
Exactly. And so then everybody else in your household gets it. It's not from staying in your house. So the headline itself is asinine.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. Journalists, we have to be more responsible than that. And
well,
that's
they
exactly
need
what
some
we're
shock
talking about.
Value to get you to read
the
article.
It worked. It worked. Yeah, that's how you came across that article.
Exactly, because I was like, man, what are these people talking about?
I mean,
so but some people come across it and just read it and be like, oh, let me get out the house then.
Hey, but look here, even worse than that, most people don't even read it. They just read the headline, and they read the headline, and headlines are written to get you to
get attention
on it,
right?
Yeah, so they do that, right, and then people just share it, and then that's how false information gets spread out there. That's our world. So that's why...
So when somebody gets too close to you and gets within the 6 feet, do you punch them in the face like Dennis the Menace, or
one elbow in the neck?
Do you have the authority
Give me
to
50
just
feet.
social distance somebody if they don't want to hurt themselves?
Tell them this is a social distance elbow. Watch yourself.